people take marriage as a natural phenomena, like just for the sake of doing it.
Correct.
But it is so wrong. Marriage is very sacred. When two people come, we come together for a higher purpose, to get closer to Krishna. Anupama, there was like many incidents which I do feel that when we're in the industry, we're away from spirituality.
Correct.
It's a complete north and south worlds, completely contrast. कि हम इतने प्योर है कि I want to, अरे इसको ये business का opportunity मिला, you know, she has so many followers, this person has so much money. You feel bad for them. Why to feel bad? वो उनके कर्म के हिसाब से जी रहे हैं. Hare Krishna, this is Anagha Bhosle and you're watching me on Times of India.
Namaste Anagha ji, welcome to Times of India. You know, I really wanted to do this episode with you, looking at your journey. Before I decided to interact with you, I did a lot of research, and what I loved about your fans is when you left Anupama, they were like looking for reasons. Why did you leave? Where are you going? And all of that. And now when they discovered about your journey.
So thank you first of all, Webbaby ji, and I remember you reaching out like for this session, and it was such a lovely thing, the initiative you're doing, and we are here. Everyone is watching us on eTimes and Times of India. So thank you for doing this segments about soul journey, and which is very important for the youth to understand about spirituality. And yes, about my journey, like you said, it's like first of all, I wanted to say that both my parents are devotees, like of Krishna, and I am born and raised in Pune. So 2008, my parents, like my father's office, he's an engineer, he used to work in Tech Mahindra. So they हमारे जो ब्रह्मचारीज है इस्कॉन के कैसे preaching के लिए जाते हैं, और preaching के लिए जब उनके ऑफिस गए, and that's how the journey started, and we started going to ISKCON, and we started attending the Bhagavatam lectures, या हम लोग temple जाते हैं. And I still remember एक devotee थे, उनके घर में एक programs organize किए जाते थे. So we used to go and go for lectures, prashadam, and children का एक अलग section होता था where they used to draw and color Radharani and Krishna's book, coloring books, and they used to even give us small chanting japa ka beads, you know, to chant Hare
For
Krishna.
kids?
Yeah, for kids अलग से एक छोटा सा एक beads आता है.
Oh, lovely.
So we used to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and that's how the journey started. And Krishna and Radharani has always been a part of my life, and they've always been a guiding light. And when I came to Mumbai, things like it was not like I was not prepared कि मुझे acting ही करनी है. मैंने एक छोटा course किया था, but I was okay कि मिला ठीक है, नहीं मिला तो भी I'm okay. I was doing my business management studies, BMS. So I was continuing with it, and after doing my acting class, तो मुझे मेरे पापा बोले there is some like I told my father, I remember my father was not approving of this actually because they both are devotees. So मैंने बोला नहीं, there is an audition for Rajshri, and I want to just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
And he was like okay, अब किया है acting course, तो then I went, I gave an audition. कुछ महीने phone नहीं आया. And I was like नहीं आया ठीक है. I was continuing with my studies, ठीक है, नहीं हुआ नहीं हुआ. And then suddenly after 2 months a call comes that you are shortlisted, and come to the office, and it's in south, like Rajshri office. So हम लोग गए, we gave an audition, scripts दिए, there were few girls more, and then again they didn't call up for 2 months or something like that. Again after that they call saying that you were shortlisted.
Achha,
So it was a long journey.
Correct.
And coming till like the end, top 5, and then 5 से 1. and then that's how I got selected for Shraddha in Dadi Amma Dadi Amma. That was my first show for Star Plus,
Correct.
which we did with Surat sir.
Meanwhile, you continued studying till the time of auditions. And all.
I did continue, but once I completely went into that, I
Correct.
couldn't regularly go because in television industry,
Shooting,
you're working
yeah.
Monday to Sunday.
Correct. True.
So
True.
it's like more than like 18 hours कभी-कभी होते हैं, like 12 hours से भी ज़्यादा shift जाती है for television. And that was I was doing the lead for that show. I was a lead for my first show. But then that happened and suddenly lockdown happened, pandemic
Correct.
happened. You understand that was a phase it was hard for everyone, and shows was not we were not shooting that time. So we went off air. तभी शो बंद हुआ एंड मैंने डिसाइड किया कि मुझे नहीं करना है कंटिन्यू बिकॉज लॉकडाउन वाज अ फेज दैट एवरीवन got more towards spirituality, I feel. And that was the phase where I was like, I surrendered to Krishna. I still remember that one point happened where I realized that no, what am I doing? This is not why I'm born or given human birth. You know, we have been taught this since a young age. That's why parents का role जो है कितना important है to raise a kid. मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ, and especially a motherhood is the biggest service you can do towards Krishna. So because of them, I've got Krishna and Radharani, and I still remember talking to Chakravarti Prabhu at lockdown time ki should I continue or not, and I don't want to do it further. I want to leave it because before going into Grihastha Ashram, I wanted to leave my career and everything and
Acha.
focus on that because one point I want to add and tell the youth is that people take marriage as a natural phenomena, like just for the sake of doing it.
Correct.
But it is so wrong. Marriage is very sacred. When two people come, we come together for a higher purpose, to get closer to Krishna, make a Krishna conscious family and give them samskaras and serve together as husband and wife to please Radharani and Krishna. So this concept, no one really knows why marriage is there and why we should get married. I went to Pune at that time also, and suddenly this opportunity came for Anupama, and they were like, we want an audition. So I घर पे बैठे बैठे मैंने सोचा कि I'll give it because I'm just there, like it's lockdown. So I didn't know I'm going to get selected or no. So my sister was there, she recorded or something, and I just sent it over, and they really liked it. So they called me that time, and that's how I got that part. So it was not meant, but maybe मेरे कुछ this was prarabdh, as we say. There are like that's a different line, but yeah, it was prarabdh. It was already sometimes destiny, we say. So that happened, and I did Anupama, and in Anupama, there was like many incidents which I do feel that when we're in the industry, we're away from spirituality.
Correct.
It's a complete north and south worlds, completely contrast. And in ISKCON, we've told to follow 4 regulative principles, which is no intoxication, no
Correct.
gambling, no meat eating, no illicit sex.
Correct.
So all these are completely contrast. So that has been taught by my parents since very young age, and that's what I'll tell you. The magic of Krishna is that he has always protected me. So even after being in an opposite, contradictory world, Krishna has been there. Without Krishna, I wouldn't have survived. So in that world also, like we tend to become very selfless. We tend to push each other towards success, but that is contradictory world. There is hypocrisy sometimes. Unfortunately, So that was not me, and I realized that I always want to leave. I'm not happy where I am, and this is not my calling. This is not me. This is not my core nature. So that happened, and after Anupama, I was like, no, I want to stop somewhere. I still remember crying out to Krishna on my 21st birthday. I want to hurry, I want to just, stop this, I want to focus on you, and I'm not being able to do my 16 rounds, my sadhana. which is so important. And so that incident happened, and Anupama was the last show I did, and I decided not to work ahead in that industry. And that was Krishna's plans for me and Radharani's plans for me, and touchwood, it's I'm the happiest after that. And that's how the after that, we of course, I got opportunities, but I always tell that Krishna always tests you. If you have surrendered to me, okay, now I'm going to test you. It's either Maya Devi or Krishna. So who do you want? So he will give you a bigger opportunity which you had, उससे भी बड़ी
बड़ा,
opportunity
correct.
देंगे वो, but आपको choose करना है कि ये opportunity के पास जाना है या वापस कृष्णा की तरफ जाना है या उनकी तरफ मुंह हटा के वो देखना है. Opportunity which is so bigger, and my co-actors telling me, you should do it, don't miss this opportunity. My parents were like, touchwood, they supported me. And I was like, no, yeah, this is it. I can't keep doing this. So then I declared it on my social media. I still remember there were family members who were like, are you sure? Everyone wants to have that fame, success, money. Everyone is craving for that in this Kalyug. It's very difficult to leave that, and no one's going to leave that. Everyone wants where you're that position. So I was like, no. And I have made a video on YouTube saying that fighting for Krishna, how important it is, that you have to fight for him. Say that doctor हो आप, engineer हो आप, take that service as Krishna's service. Suppose आप doctor है, आपके patient आया है, so take him as Krishna's child and serve him to please Krishna. कि चलो it's Krishna's child. So change that consciousness. Change that, do everything, your thoughts, words and deeds, do it for Radharani and Krishna and for their pleasure.
Number one show, Anupama, and a lot of other things, the industry. I think rightly you stated, even your relatives said, are you sure you want to do this? So what kind of call was that? Was it like an instant call? You did mention that it was always on your mind. But when you decided that, was that an instant call? Because, you put up a social media post and your fans reacted. So how did that happen?
See, I'll tell you one thing. Until unless you're not into spirituality or bhakti in some other birth, I can't take this call in this birth. Until unless I'm not related to Krishna or taken his name in some other birth, वो attachment होगा ही नहीं, या फिर वो समझ में आएगा ही नहीं, वो बुद्धि में आएगा ही नहीं. So see, there is a pack of karmas which we all have done. That is called संचित कर्मा, जो सब इकट्ठे एक बैग में है और वो साइड में रखा है. उसमें से थोड़े कर्म निकाल के ये जन्म शुरू हुआ है, दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रारब्ध कर्म. सो दैट प्रारब्ध वी आर ऑल लाइक सब, आपका कुछ अलग प्रारब्ध होगा, मेरा कुछ अलग. सो वो सबका जर्नी फिक्स्ड है, लाइक कि पेरेंट्स कौन होंगे, चिल्ड्रन, बच्चे, ये सब आउटलाइन फिक्स है. वी हैव द फ्री विल, द अमाउंट ऑफ भक्ति वी कैन डू, दैट इज नॉट फिक्स्ड. वो फिक्स नहीं है. सो आपने जैसे कहा कि हाउ कैन यू सडनली डू दैट, दैट सडनली नहीं होता है until unless you have already started loving Krishna in some other birth. So that was a plan of Prarabdha, and Krishna has ways of making everyone serve in different ways. So after Anupama also, Krishna has given you this opulence. This number of people liked your show, or this was my opulence, one of the opulence Krishna has blessed me with. So use that opulence in the service of Krishna.
Touched one concept of during COVID, how people turn towards spirituality. So because spirituality is a part of your journey right from childhood, but a lot of people, there is a shift I have seen in people, there is a lot of anxiety, stress and all of that, mental stress. So people have opted for spirituality and it's really helping them. So how do you see that?
Of course, spirituality is the core of everything. If you are a spiritual being, जितना आपको एक जो for example a heartbreak है, जितना एक person को, एक normal person who is not taken shelter of Krishna और एक person who is surrendered to Krishna, two of them will differently react to the same thing. Because you're secured here. There is a higher level of power which is there, and we have given this human birth not to focus on all these material aspects or material relationships, but it's for a higher cause. It's for a higher cause. And once you start relating everything to the higher cause, then it's going to go smooth. ये छोटी मोटी जो चीज़ें लाइफ में hurdles आते हैं, it's going to go like you're going to get affected, but not at that level. So yes.
And Bhagavad Gita, what is the importance of Bhagavad Gita in your life?
Of course, Bhagavad Gita is Swayam Shakshat Krishna, is his Vani coming from his own mouth. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has taught us how to live, how to. Everything is Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you want to know or understand, all the answers are given in Gita by Krishna. स्वयं परमात्मा आपको बोल रहे हैं, you know, that I am God, surrender to me. And everything from Gita is, if we start reading, we have to understand, and Prabhupada's translations have been amazing, like जो भगवद गीता के है. So I still do remember, I always, if I'm going through something, what I used to do is I have always carry a small Gita and, you know, where I am, and I pray to Krishna, just answer, you know, this is, I'm going to this. And then when I open that, to that page, you know, that is the solution to my problem. So I used to do this small technique, not technique, but this is out of Shraddha.
Shraddha, correct.
So yeah, so गीता का importance बहुत ज़्यादा है, और we should, as the youth of today, we should read, start understanding it, and if we do that, we are going to pass it to the next generations to come.
Anika, what would you say about karma? Because you know, I have heard a lot of people saying, अरे ये तो जाप मंत्र बहुत करता है, but बुरा इंसान या बुरी इंसान है. So I think it goes hand in hand. While you pray, while you put that effort, but how you behave in your day-to-day life also matters the most. So I would love to know your views on that.
Of course, like I said, अभी मैंने थोड़े टाइम पहले बोला था कि सिर्फ नाम जप ही इम्पॉर्टेंट नहीं है. नाम जप कलयुग में बहुत, it is the only thing we can do. Like Krishna is non-different from his names. So Krishna नाम जप is very very important. और similarly when नाम जप हम लोग करने लगते हैं, तो हमारा consciousness, हमारा heart purify होने लगता है. तो वो प्यूरिफाई होने लगता है, तब हम किसी और के बारे में बुरा नहीं सोचेंगे. So it works hand in hand. It works simultaneously. You can't, you know, do just naam jap and think something wrong about someone. You have to have that Bhagavad Bhav, and that is only without Krishna's mercy or that blessing, आशीर्वाद हम कहते हैं, उसके बिना नहीं हम consciousness ला पाएंगे हमें कि ये भी कृष्ण है, ये भी कृष्ण के अंश है, ये भी, we can't see every, like Krishna and everyone. Human life is mixture of destiny and free will. Major things in your life are decided because of your previous birth karma. But जो free will है, वो डिसाइड नहीं किया है कि कितना हरि नाम ले सकते हैं, कितना भक्ति और कितनी सेवा कर सकते हैं. तो दैट फ्री विल हमारे पास है. सामने वाला हमारा ही रिलेटिव है, हमारे कृष्ण का अंश है, ये समझ पाना मुश्किल होता जा रहा है कि हम इतने इम्प्योर है कि आई वॉन्ट टू, अरे इसको ये बिजनेस का अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला, ये यू नो शी हैज सो मेनी फॉलोअर्स, दिस पर्सन हैज सो मच मनी. यू फील बैड फॉर देम. व्हाई टू फील बैड? वो उनके कर्म के हिसाब से जी रहे. उन्होंने कुछ अच्छा किया है जो उनको अच्छा मिल रहा है. आप भी अच्छा कीजिए, कृष्ण आपको भी अच्छा देंगे. कृष्ण ये नहीं है. You should never fear God, you should fear your karma.
Yeah, true, agree.
हाँ, you should never fear God. God loves you. God loves everyone. भगवत प्राप्ति के लिए कृष्ण सब कुछ लेते हैं आपसे, देते नहीं है. Because he's like a very this thing. But this is what the concept of karma is, that you have to have that ability to think that यार मुझे इसका अच्छा चाहिए. Selfless होना चाहिए. भक्ति में you have to be selfless. If you want to love someone, कि मैं कैसे खुद का अच्छा ना सोच के मैं दूसरे का अच्छा सोचूं. भले मुझे दुख मिल रहा है पर उसका अच्छा हो रहा है ना. That concept तब आता है ना, तब कृष्ण की नजर आपकी तरफ आती है.
People tell you that, oh my God, you're too young to do this, too old to do this. So if I want to use the word or term soul search, how would you define it?
How would I define soul search? Soul search is why we have given this human body. So that is the reason why we are here. We can't search our soul in some other body. So I feel soul search is equal to human body. For me, it is because soul searching and understanding what is soul, understanding why we are here, understanding every other soul and 84 lakh species. Unfortunately, we can't understand that consciousness I soul. No? That is the special thing in our human body which we have got. That understanding of soul, what is the soul's connection, who is soul, what is the soul, why is the soul coming here, and who is the soul coming from, and what is the relationship of the soul to the super soul, which is Paramatma. These basic concepts we can understand only in human body, and soul search for me is equal to human body. And that is what I'm trying to tell everyone, and I hope everyone tells everyone about this concept of that. And this human body is gotten for a higher purpose, which is realizing oneself and the relationship with God, which is Krishna and Radharani.
Say a few words. You'll have to just say what's the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? Dharma.
Dharma. Dharma is choosing right.
Karma.
Karma, I feel free will.
Bhakti.
Love.
Jap.
Krishna.
Yoga.
Connecting with God.
ISKCON.
Srila Prabhupada.
And last is Krishna.
Radharani and love. So yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. I love this conversation and thank you for having a great conversation with us.
Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna.